from strategic goals within the organization and figuring out, based off those, what drivers you can utilize and what levers you can pull to get to kind of the first model. Looking at process improvements and the availability thereof. Then the next piece that we talked through was actually taking those and kind of ranking their impactfulness to the overall strategic goals or vision. And then we drove it a little further down and looked at kind of the gaps of the process's capability as it is and the capability of what it could be down the road to identify the areas that have the biggest opportunities for improvement. And then the last thing that we kind of talked through was looking at how challenging the processes are to teach and improve and their value to the customers, and finding the most challenging processes to do day to day that have the most impact of customers, and utilizing that to really leverage and drive process improvement to deliver value back to the company's strategic goals and vision.
Wow.
Landing on that one,
That's awesome.
That was
I have
awesome.
something to say. The thing that the aha moment for me was, I'm in healthcare, and with all the changing that's going on with insurances and Obamacare, we are very at a pivot point in deciding which interventions do we need to do first, because we have a laundry list of about a couple hundred or more. So this was a way to, we know where we need to head, and going kind of backwards and prioritizing and doing that strategically can bring a little bit more clarity and some relief to the teams that we're working with.
Anybody else have any other takeaways?
Well, my takeaway was, for this, it was generally, we'll be asked to give process improvement ideas as an individual and as a team. And you submit and you submit and you hope yours wins, you hope yours wins. And I got to see why maybe some of the ideas, maybe even how I could have tweaked them to get them higher on the list by actually going through this process and showing where it is that our ideas could have really impacted better the customer flow that we were trying to impact. So I think it gave me guidance as to what I could have done better.
I think what's important too is to show that with the organization, the priorities, because sometimes it's the black hole of where you submit your ideas or your projects and then it just disappears. So you don't know where you rank in the organization as where you're the next in line, but or what's more important or that, because senior management balances, and that's their job, is making those decisions on those limited resources. But in order to get the buy-in, it's that transparency again of this is all we have to balance right now with the resources available and what we can handle as an organization, and this is our laundry list. When we look at it in our individual silos, we say, okay, I'm only asking for one thing, but there could be 1,000 departments asking for one thing.
And the more that you can go through this exercise too, before you even get to that point, I think that can help you get there. And I guess